As we continue to track the winter weather, WGM's Dylan Smith is out in it tonight and has been most of the day.
So Dylan, how are the roads looking this evening?
Well, Daniel and Raja, it could be yet another long night again for snowplow drivers. Of course, it's already been a long day. The good news, though, is we really haven't had any of those ultra freezing days where it's extremely cold. So the ground temperature is still fairly warm, and much of the snow on the streets, at least, have turned to slush. But even though that's the case, police still urge caution and only recommend driving if you have to.
Hi, guys. Having fun?
It's a day off from school. The Tri-States turned winter wonderland overnight. But the job is just getting started for plow drivers.
We go until the roads are clear.
Adams County drivers like Kevin Dix have been at it before sunup.
The ground temperature is still pretty warm, so the salt is doing a really good job of melting the snow and letting us be able to push off what's accumulating.
And while the snowfall begins to let up in the evening hours, police say that's no reason to let your guard down.
Definitely leave enough distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. It's going to take extra time to stop.
And extra time to get from A to B.
Take it a little easier. The roads are more congested, and you can never account for somebody else not paying attention.
Superintendent of Sanitation for the city of Quincy, John Schaefer, says his crews started late last night and have worked around the clock to try and keep roads safe. He says keeping main roads clear are the focus.
The main thing is to just be patient. We will get to all the roads eventually. Once the snow stops, we'll get in and get everything completely curb to curb, and we'll get all the roads cleaned out then.
Schaefer anticipates more work later in the week with more snow expected.
We're just putting down salt and plowing what we can and just keeping after it. We're planning on having our night crew come back in again tonight. We're figuring we're probably going to be here all night again.
And the Adams County Highway Department has 12 routes that they cover, one driver per route, of course. Live in Quincy, Dylan Smith, WGEM News.
All right, thank you, Dylan. And Schaefer does ask drivers to give those plows at least 100 feet of space if you see the plow on the road.
And plows were busy in Macomb as well today. And you can see plow drivers were working very hard to clear off major routes. Road conditions in Macomb are similar to the ones in the Quincy area and northeast Missouri. There were a few isolated power outages reported due to the snow. Officials urge drivers to be cautious, slow down, and only get on the roads if you need to. They say winds tonight will make conditions dangerous.
At New at 6 in Lee County, city workers say they haven't stopped plowing snow since 8 o'clock last night. Public Works officials say they declared a snow emergency last night, encouraging everyone to move their cars off the streets where they are designated snow routes. They say as the snow has continued falling, they've needed 5 trucks on the roads at all times.
So right now we're experiencing some snow-covered roads that are slush-covered, snow-covered, and so we're just pushing and trying to clear that off. We're going to continue moving full force.
And officials say you can find more information about snow emergency declarations on the Fort Madison City website and their Facebook page.
Many of you are probably up early this morning to scrape off your cars and shovel your driveways. For those of you who had to head to work, fire officials want to remind those who have a fire hydrant in front of their house to also clear snow off of that. They say while it may not seem like much, it can be a life-saving thing to do during an emergency.
When we get to a scene where we would need a fire hydrant, if we have to spend an extra minute or 2 or 3 finding a hydrant and then digging it out, that can make a big difference in getting our water supply.
Fire experts say that digging a 3-foot path around fire hydrants and the street will give them enough space to access the hydrants.
And another thing to check on while you're out shoveling is your mailbox. The U.S. Postal Service says winter storms like this pose a challenge for local mail carriers. Snow often gets piled up in front of or around those mailboxes, making it harder for them to deliver your mail.
So what we're asking folks to do is to clear a path like a car length long to get to the mailbox, and at least a car length where we can pull up right next to the mailbox, and then of course service the mailbox and pull away. Now, if you've got a mailbox on the house, we're asking you to please shovel those steps and clear a path for us.
Officials say keeping mailboxes clear will ensure you receive your mail when you need it.